Morning, folks. The soap today is brought to us by RazoRock. The name of this one here is The Dead Sea. Jill just did a video a few days ago on this one here. I'll put a link down below for her video. This container is in heavy glass. There's 8.5 ounces of soap. That's what it starts out with. There you go. You can kind of tell how heavy the glass is. 8.5 ounces of soap in there, running about $20. So if you divide up the typical, 4 ounces, which will be a bit more than 4 ounces, of $10 for about over 4 ounces. It's a pretty good bargain. The lid is aluminum, by the way, but you see that it's lemon, rosemary, cannabis, saffron, and sandalwood. It's a wonderful scent. This is a really nice soap. This has been on my list for a good long while. Just finally decided to pull the trigger on it. Allen Block, no rubber band this morning. Still sporting Humphrey's witch hazel citrus scented, and got the matching aftershave to go with the soap. And the scent on this is just really nice. I've got the lather whipped up a little on the wet side. Here in my wooden bowl from the Distinctive Goat. This one here is made out of walnut. I also have one that's made out of walnut and cherry. But this one here has got concentric rings in there, and the other one that I have is spiral grooved. And it's whipped up with a brush from DS Cosmetics, 26 millimeter. Like I say, it's a little on the wet side this morning. Smells really good. Boy, this is a nice scent for this morning. And got a Gillette Silver Blue. And if you're familiar with this, it's also double wrapped. And this cool looking shaver here. This is another one of Jake's creations from Metalworks. You can kind of see the blade in there. And thought this shaver here would be appropriate for Dead Sea. But really nice looking razor. I've already put a hot towel to the face this morning, and go ahead and get started with some Preshave soap here. This one here, if you aren't familiar with this one here is unscented. Comes by the way Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, but this is mentholated. Go ahead and give this a good soaking here. Get it wet. Yes, this soap has been on my list ever since it came out. I mean, 8.5 ounces. Like I say, you split it in half. That's 4.25 ounces of soap for $10. That's a pretty good buy. It's not. Matter of fact, here, I'll do that in a minute before I forget again. The soap is very soft. It is very much like a cream. You might call it a crope. It is a very soft soap. So it's a good value. Like I say, 8.5 ounces of soap. That's a lot of soap. And man, when I was whipping this up, the scent on this soap is just awesome. That's what it looks like on the inside. And there it is. I mean, it is really soft. I really like this. Man, the scent on this. Take the lid off, the scent just rolls out. So I would not consider this a lightly scented soap. On a scale of 1 to 10, even by my nose, it's at least an 8. It is very much present. Having a hard time picking out. There is one scent that I'm picking out, and I'm having a hard time figuring out which one that is. If I didn't know any better, I would say it's the rosemary is what I'm smelling. But I'm not 100% sure. It does. This is a really nice scent. Yeah, you can definitely smell this all day. Kind of make your day, if you will. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool shaver. Punisher right there. It's cool. This shaver here has a lightweight handle in it. On it, I should say. So it's fairly lightweight. It does not, most of the weight is in the head, so that's where the balance is going to be closer to right about there. I enjoy shaving with these shavers. If you haven't had a chance, Shaving Butcher's put out a couple of videos. Two of them in particular I was able to watch. One of them when he was on a pursuit for a Palmolive shave sticks. It was nice to be able to see inside some of those stores that allow him to film. Really nice looking stores. Seeing all that product was, wow, that's just awesome. Excuse me. Then the next video I got to watch was the one by the pool. The one by the pool. Yes, if that is one you need to watch all the way to the end. In other words, make time to, even if you have to divide the viewing time on the video, in other words, watch it in two different settings in order to get it all in. It's not a long video. It's just I know how people, you know, kind of constrained for time. There's a lot going on and life's trying to get in the way, but that video there, you need to watch it all the way to the end. It's funny. Every so often you'll hear somebody either on TV or at work or wherever, radio, talk about how somebody will try to make something out of something very small and make a big deal out of it because they have nothing else to do. So in other words, at the end of the video, you know, I'll have to turn it up in order to hear the security guard talking to him, but things people want to make an issue out of. And I imagine you know, our world, wet shaving world, is as much as we like to think that it's big, it's relatively small compared to the world outside, and a lot of people do not understand this kind of shaving. Still, they don't even know that it still exists. Excuse me. But you ought to see his shaver. If I remember right, it's a Philharmonic. Man, it is a beautiful looking shaver. Straight razor. Just a little bit of feedback this morning with this shaver. I think I may have got that bump taken off pretty good now. Last time I looked, Italian Barber still had the aftershave and the soap in stock. And I'll be doing another one here in the near future. Today's Wednesday, probably Friday morning. Hopefully I'll get it uploaded on Friday morning. The Blue Fusere, I think is how you say it. Never know how to say that. Anyhow, that one there. Last time I looked, it was still on sale. You get the soap and the cream soap cream. You get the combination, I think for under 15 bucks if I remember right. Excellent buy. There's a quirk about it though that you should be aware of, is that soap slash cream it comes in of course in a cardboard box, but inside the cardboard box is a plastic bag containing the soap. So there is something that you'll have to be aware of. So if you are a face lather, you might have to try to figure out how you're going to work that. Excuse me. For me, being a bowl lather, it's not quite the issue, but it is something worth pointing out. Might need to be aware of that sort of thing. And noticed also that Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements had released a new shaver. It's a blue version made out of aluminum, alpha elliptic. I think that's how you say it. I always get tongue-tied on that one. At any rate, I think it sold out within an hour. I think he said he had 200 to sell, and I got the notification. I think it was about 10 till 12, and right around, I think it was around 12:30 is when I logged in to check it out, and it was already sold out. Which is to be expected. 200 razors in the big scheme of things. There's not very many razors, especially something that somebody's been looking forward to. And the last time I looked, he still has the Bakelite version. In other words, with the humped up head. But that may not be your thing. Prefer something made out of metal. I have the Bakelite one. It works fine for me. It would be nice to have one made out of aluminum though. I mean, it depends if you really like the shaver. It is unique, it is different. Your angle is preset, and I also found when you, to me, there's a particular way that you place it. If you're doing like across the grain or something of the sort, I thought it was a little interesting what I had to go through just to figure that out. It's not a bad thing, it just takes a moment. You know, there's a slight learning curve. It is something to get used to though with the preset angle. Practicing keeping it at that angle, because you know, like this here, you're adjusting your angle. This one, you know, with that alpha elliptic, it's set. You keep it like it's designed. I've been able to get some pretty good shaves with it. This soap sure does smell good. The excuse me, soap I shaved with from Herc Soaps, Beyond the Pond. That scent there is very nice. This scent and Beyond the Pond, definitely using those back to back is that was a good thing. Guess you might say I'm pretty happy with the choices and being back to back. These scents, both of them are very, I guess you might say soft but yet upbeat. They're not a heavy scent in other words. Really enjoyed both of them. This one here, I'm so excited. I finally got it. I'm just just one of those things when you finally get something that you've had your eye on for such a long period of time, ever since it came out. I think I'm going to catch that spot right there. I got that little strip. Make sure my hand's dry. If you couldn't tell, there's plenty of slickness in this soap. There's plenty of things that you can look up if it's been a while since you've been to school and read anything about the Dead Sea. How it's the lowest point on Earth, and how much salt is in that water. It's got enough salt in it that you actually float on it or in it, depending on how you want to look at it. So in other words, if you're not much of a swimmer, you don't have to worry about it. There's enough salt in there to keep you buoyant. Preshave feels pretty nice. So in other words, if you're one of those that maybe just use a soap, then if you happen to use an alum block or witch hazel, don't typically use aftershave, this would be one that I think would be a crowd pleaser. My face feels really good. Yeah, I could forego the rest of it. It does feel nice. Did a little bit more work on my son's dock kit. It is getting kind of full, so I'm running out of room. He's going to get it next year when he turns 16. Added I thought an alum block, if you will, from RazoRock comes in a more like a something that somebody might relate to, a deodorant type dispenser. Something easier to hang on to till he gets used to shaving on a regular basis. But I got him one of those and slipped it into his bag. Like I said, I've been working on it for a while. It's got a few razors already in it, blades. Here recently, it's got a brush in it, of course. Here recently, when we were in Arkansas, Eureka Springs, we ran across a shaving bowl, the kind that you've got a place for your thumb, and it's a good sized bowl. Gives him plenty of room to work in. My nose is working rather well this morning, which is not always the case. I can smell the citrus. When you have a nose like mine and it only works once in a great while, and when it does work, it is nice in most cases. There's some things that you don't want to smell. Get going with here at the aftershave. And in case you're wondering, yeah, the aftershave is the typical 3.4 ounces. And it does have a restrictor, plastic. It smells really nice. Now on the dry down, especially with my nose, already just right off the bat, per my nose, now your nose might have a difference of opinion, but I don't know that I'm smelling the same thing I smelled on the soap. In other words, the first thing I smell off the soap is not the first thing I'm smelling with the aftershave. It is nice. Oh, it is. It's hard to describe what I'm not sure what I'm smelling. Before I thought I was smelling rosemary. Now I'm not so sure. On the aftershave, I'm not able to pinpoint exactly what is it that I'm picking up. There's something in there. I'm not sure what it is. Smells good though. Feels great on the face too. This is really good stuff. Excuse me. So if you're on the fence about buying the Dead Sea, probably ought to go ahead and get off the fence. Especially if you're living like where I'm at here in Oklahoma. The temperatures are getting around near 80, so it's not too terribly bad. But I'm thinking that this is going to be one of those soaps that could be affected by heat. So, in other words, if you're able to gauge when you're going to order it, where if it's still cool where you're at, you might want to go ahead and pick that up. I don't know, depending on how hot it gets where you're at. If you're where Shaving Butcher was at, he was in Miami shaving by the pool, and I think it's like around 90 degrees when he was trying to shave, and it was what, I think 8 in the morning. At any rate, I had a great time. Since I alternating when I post, I'm able to catch a few more videos now. Great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.